What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. So another little interior thing that I want to do to the Berty 30 is basically kind of clean up the wiring, at least as much as I can. And I'll kind of show you guys how the wiring looks at the moment. And also, as you guys know, I painted the inside of the car. I did the Pour 15. It looks really good, painted the cage and did all that stuff. So a quick glance around. As you can see, it's gray. You know, the cage looks really good. It just really makes it pop from the outside too. You can see like the difference there. Really looks good. So it has some really good contrast. That kind of just makes it really pop. So as you can see, all this wiring, you know, it doesn't look the best, obviously. I really have not strapped it down at all. I did my best to paint around it and kind of just have it flailing out. So you can see the wires are all like going down there and they're kind of taped up there, but I want to clean that up. Oh, also guys, if you don't have one of these, if you don't got the Tree Frog air freshener, the black squash, I don't know what you're doing. I'll put a link to these below here. But this is the other stuff that I'm using. So I'm gonna use some of this rip tie. What this stuff is kind of like Velcro, but it sticks to itself. So it's really good for wrapping up cables. So I'm gonna try one method there. You guys will see that. And then I got some zip ties, obviously, with some holes in the backside. I want to give this like a nice and clean look to it if I can. And I'm thinking about wrapping the wire like this in gaffer's tape. That's actually gaffer's tape right there. That's gaffer's tape right there. I painted some of it. I gotta redo all this, but that has no gaffer's tape. So you can kind of see, it's just a bit of a cleaner look. Like that's gaffers, and then the gaffer tape stops. So a little bit cleaner of a look, I think. And yeah, let's get down to it. So this is gaffer's tape right here. It might look a lot to you like duct tape, but it is not, because what's really nice about gaffer's tape is it does not leave a sticky residue once you've stuck it to something. So like it's really good basically for like strapping down cables, really just anything, I don't know, like anything that you don't want a permanent residue and you know you need something that's gonna adhere really well. It has an anti-sheen to it, so it's a kind of flat look, so it looks really clean and nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna use this, kind of roll off a strip of that. And what I'm gonna do, kind of use it as like a cable wrap. So you can see what I'm doing right here. Now I just have to be very gentle with this and very patient, because obviously this is not what this stuff is made for, but you know, it'll do the trick. So I kind of just want to lay out my wire, try to get it to where I don't get too freaking crazy. And what's nice is it's a little less sticky and a little more forgiving. I'm not gonna say a ton more forgiving because I'm probably gonna screw this up in a second, but it's a little more forgiving than you know, just your standard duct tape. So bam, gonna get that kind of nice and tight together. And I kind of want to get this looking decent, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll this up. I know they have some nice like weave stuff. I could have probably got off jegs or something like that, but like I said, I know this is gonna work. I kind of tried this already and I liked the way it looked. It just looked very simple and very clean, and it's very affordable because like a roll of this is like, I don't know, 20 bucks or something, and I really like it. So boom, there we go. We kind of have this all taped up, and now I can just feed it right back down there. So now it looks like this, kind of nice and coated, instead of looking like a whole bunch of wires like some sort of weird rainbow. So I'm gonna continue that out. I'm gonna wrap up all of this stuff down here. I'm gonna do the same to all this stuff. So the nice thing is too, is this stuff will be easy to rip off if I ever need to. I can just kind of peel it off and it's not gonna leave a sticky, nasty residue. It's actually, like, I think it's the same stuff that BMW used back in the day, like a gaffer's style of tape, because it's very similar. It's not a horrible residue or anything like that. And yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So we'll do that and then we'll try to pack these down. Okay, so here's kind of that after look, and I can go ahead and just clip it into my little factory harness thing, and I think that it looks a lot cleaner, at least in this area. So, you know, that looks a lot cleaner in my opinion. So I have to, like I said, still continue on. So this is gonna be a painstaking process. It's gonna take way too damn long, but at the end, it will look less like stuff's just kind of hanging out in the car and look a lot cleaner, because obviously I want it, you know, the car's pretty race car now with all the stuff it's got going on it, but you don't want like a crap race car. I see people trying to sell stuff on Craigslist that they pawn off as a race car for like 3 grand or something like that, and you see like this roll cage in there that's not even legal. It's worse than having a roll cage, because basically you'd have to cut it out, and cutting out a roll cage is a pain in the ass. So yeah, doing it right, I want to try to do it right the first time and make it look nice and clean, because I like the look of a, you know, a clean installation in a good looking car. So you want to look in and like take pride in your work, you know. You don't want to look in and be like, oh, people point stuff out, oh man, that kind of looks like crap. Little bit of update, there we go, looks really good all the way up to there, and that's pretty much where I'm gonna end it, right there, I think, because it looks nice and clean, and that looks a whole lot better. Now I want to tuck this up, so I want to figure this out. I'm gonna kind of mock it up right now. I want to drill in, so I think I don't know, I'll probably, you know, drill a hole right back in this side with a screw, and then I want to have this wrap back through so that I can hit the cable tie all nice and good. Bend them up, boom, zip tie it. It's gonna look nice and clean, be flush against there. You won't really see the zip tie, and then it'll look really good. This is what I'm using for the screws, just some self-tapping screws. Tap these in here and boom, good to go. Woo! All right, that was a little fast, so I'll try to do that a little slower next time, but you get the idea. It's gonna be like that. Tighten it up, have it at a downward angle so that they all sort of stay the same. Oh man, okay. I can tell this is gonna take a while. Looks like some needle nose pliers are probably gonna help me out as well. And I'm just gonna grab it from the bottom. Get that thing all nice and tight and in there. Then I'll go back and I'll snip these all off at the end. So just continue on down, have this thing nice and snug, that way it's not wobbling around. All right guys, so that is it, pretty much all cleaned up, at least on the passenger side. So I still need to do the driver's side. Probably work on that a little bit tomorrow. This side all needs cleaned up over here and all up over there, but now this side's looking a lot better. Looks really nice and clean. Got it kind of ran all the way up into there. Overall, I think it looks really nice. It's a nice contrast, and it really cleans up the interior of the car.